Good morning, it's Harvey Jackson. Just going to get through a few news items and maybe a quick look at the weather here as well, more locally than anything. U.S. Blockade sanctioned oil in Venezuela, and that's made the market pop a percentage point actually. So it moved up a fair bit today. So you got 1% following the blockade announcement just yesterday. Trump is actually going to address the nation here, I think, tonight as well. So we'll see what kind of uh, rhetoric comes out from there, as he's I think he's going to try to tone down the affordability, what's going on there, and Canada's in the same kind of boat as well. So, but back to the sanctioned oil, I think it actually might have a multi-pronged approach here. But other than the obvious that he's going to stop some of that drug trade that's going on, and change some of the regime that's in there for sure. But there could also be a pressure across the world on this as well, just to let people know that hey, this drug deal or drug trade is real, and he's going to try to stop it at all means. U.S. EPA rejects to finalize or expects to finalize the biofuel in the first quarter of 2026. And I think we talked about this before, but the EPA said it expects to issue a final rule during the first quarter of 2026 after consultations with the White House and management of all of the budget, and a notice filed with the U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit on December 15th showed. So it's actually to help and advance the biofuels, bio-based diesel, and tightening the rules of imported biofuels. So we'll see what that implication has on canola. It already has some that's going into the renewable fuel space. It's basically halved it from the previous administration. So, but yeah, we'll just see how that plays out. Farmers with the American ACA price spike, actually it's going to impact farmers quite a bit because of their just each and every one of those farms are individuals, and there is some states that you can actually join to try to get a better rate for some of the just the so you can afford the insurance for your families. So another pinch on the farm because of the how the farms run as individuals. Quick look at the weather. You can see some weather passing Manitoba and some coming into Saskatchewan. I'm just wondering how big this is going to be. Just play this out. You can see that the storm does show some weather, and that's from the Weather Network. We'll play this out as well. Just showing a band of snow here, but 10 to 12 inches of snow in that area. So, and that's of course where I currently am at the moment. So we'll just see how this plays out. South America weather is kind of not threatening. This is the anomaly. That's the area that's key, and it looks like there could be some drying out in some of these other areas, but we'll see if that has an impact. It's still early on in the growing season for sure. Canola basically trading sideways from yesterday at $5.99. The November is, or sorry, the March is $6.11. So you got like $12, $13 of carry there. Rapeseed $4.70, up a buck. Soybean oil still under pressure, 48.17 cents a pound. Palm oil just basically trading sideways at 39.51 ringgit. Crude oil up that 1% that I talked about at 56.46, and the soybeans are trading at 10.62, basically flat. Spring wheat is just trading or half a cent down at 5.64, and your other wheats are basically trading flat as well at 5.04 for red winter, in Chicago at 5.19. Milling wheat up $1.25 at 189, and corn at 4.45. Canadian dollar pulled back a little wee bit yesterday at 72.85. So if you just look at it on the chart on the longer term, we're getting a lot closer to the full retracement value, but you can see here that we're oversold. So this is the slow stochastics. This is your RSI. November, same thing, but just approaching the 23.6 retracement value, and stuck at it right now, right as we sit here. So the farther out hasn't taken the same drop that the nearby has. European canola versus rapeseed is $162 differential right now. So it's above this line, possibly looking for some demand from the Europeans anyway. Soybean oil has fallen apart, and the next kind of level would be right there at 46.75. Don't expect it to keep just falling here either, but we'll have to just see how this plays out here, because we're getting oversold positions here as well. Soybean futures getting oversold through the 200-day moving average, and very likely to probably take a bit of a pause here at some point here. Same thing with the crude palm. The crude futures here, you've got a green candle here. It looks like it's kind of are starting to pull back up here, but we'll see if it continues, depending on the rhetoric, what's going on between Venezuela and U.S. As Trump does want lower fuel prices, but it does impact the ag economy on the oil side of things as well. We're in this bubble here where we're balancing some of the U.S. dollar accounts here. U.S. dollar index has increased looks like it might be maybe found a bottom and maybe coming back up here. We'll see. Look at wheat. We're retesting some of the lows that we made back in October. Not a good sign. Same thing with the Kansas and your Chicago, retesting those values as well. Here's just a different seasonal index that Darren Fessler has put out. Just where we're going to go from here. It does look like we can get into that range, but it also shows that we can go flat to lower as well, depending on the 15-year versus whatever year average you want to pick up. Here's a trade idea that he's put out there: is you buy your September Kansas wheat and sell your September Chicago. This is your spread, expecting it to widen. Corn broke through the pivot extension line. Looks like it wants to try to trade green here. Did get oversold on the slow stochastics, but not on your RSI. And that's all I have for you today.